Hey everyone, today I want to talk to you about one of my favorite database sites that's called Opposing Viewpoints. Opposing Viewpoints is a really useful source, or database, I should say, for finding all sorts of data, information, news sources for a wide variety of current event issues and hot topic issues. So, um, anyway, let's get going. Before we get going, you're going to need your ID card, your student ID card, because on the back of that ID card is a 14-digit barcode number, which you're going to need to access these databases. These databases are not free. They cost money, but as a Lone Star student, your tuition pays for this access. So you need that 14-digit barcode number. Now, if you're going to do this research on campus, then just logging into the computers on campus will grant you access. But if you're going to do this from home, you're going to need that barcode number. So here we go. The first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to lonestar.edu, and then you're going to click on Libraries. And from here, you're going to click on Research Databases. Now, depending on your class, depending on your subject, depending on the type of paper that you're writing, you have a wide variety of subjects to choose from. And you click on any of these, and it will take you to about a dozen or so databases. And each one of those databases has thousands upon thousands of articles for you to choose from. For the purposes of this video, I'm going to show you Opposing Viewpoints. Now, this particular database that I'm going to show you is really useful when it comes to talking about big debatable topics, argumentative topics, topics about current events or world issues or hot button issues that are facing people these days. So, as you can imagine, that is found under current issues and news. So I'm going to click here, and this will be about as far as you can get without that 14-digit code. Now, since I've already entered my code, it's not going to make me enter it again, so I'm just going to go ahead and click here. And you're going to come to this page where it looks like, and see, it even warns you about that 14-digit barcode number. But you're going to come to this page, and it looks like there's nothing here, but if you click these little down arrows, you'll see a whole bunch of databases in each one of these. Now, I'm going to go ahead and click on Opposing Viewpoints, because that's the one I want to show you. And once I click here, here we go. And so this website is absolutely amazing. Let me show you. So I'm going to type in a random topic. I'm just going to type in global warming for the purposes of this example. I'm going to type in global warming. And right off the bat, look at everything that it's found. 1,300 academic journals, almost 17,000 news articles, 512 viewpoints, and so on and so forth. So one of my favorite things about Opposing Viewpoints is the viewpoints. These are articles written by people that are basically experts in the field that that you're researching, and they are giving their opinions about the various topics. So I'm going to go ahead and click on viewpoints, but you can click on whichever one of these suits your purposes. So I'm going to click on viewpoints, and you'll notice that with each of these articles, and this was the same in the academic journals as well, you have these little squares, and these squares they look like dice. You have these dots in the middle. The more dots that it has, and I think it goes up to 5, I think 5 is the max, but the more dots that it has, the more complex the reading. So a 3 is not a very complex reading. It's a pretty easy to read article. 5 is the most complex. Okay, this is like college level reading. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and click on one at random, but you can just kind of look at the titles of some of these viewpoints to get an understanding, even before you click on them, as to what kind of position the article might be taking. So this one says how our warmer oceans are contributing to climate breakdown. So right off the bat, I have a general idea of what this article is about. So I'm just going to click on it. And at the beginning of each one of these articles, you have this blue box, this light blue box. And what that is it's kind of a preview of what the article is going to be talking about. So without having to read the whole article, because honestly, some of these articles can get kind of lengthy, but without having to read the whole article, you could just read what's in the blue box and decide for yourself, is this something that I want to read? By the way, I don't know if you noticed that, but when I highlighted here, it brought this up. So I can highlight or define certain things that I want. Like maybe I want to come back to this article later. I can highlight quotes or phrases or things in there that I think are really interesting or really important. And then I can save the article to my Google Drive or the OneDrive or email it or download it or even print it. One of my favorite things about this site is that it also recommends other articles that are similar to the one that you're currently reading. It also recommends other topics that you might want to consider. So let's say that I read through this whole article, and this one's actually really short, but let's say I read through the whole article and I decide that I like it. Well, here's your source citation. All you have to do is copy and paste, change the formatting to MLA or APA or whatever formatting you're doing, um, and there's your article. So it's really just that simple, and you can enlarge the size of the text on here. You can have it read to you if you have some sort of visual impairment or whatever. Or if it's in another language, you can have it translated. So there's a whole lot of great options for this. And again, let me just go back to results here. But again, that's just viewpoints. And so you could go to academic journals and you have the same concept here. You have these content level boxes. You can click here. Um, I can read the article. This one looks kind of lengthy. Scroll down to the bottom, and here's my source citation right here. So also notice that on this one, it gives you a list of references. So these are other articles that this article is referencing that might also be helpful for understanding your topic. So anyway, I believe I covered most of this. So another thing also is up here you have similar options. You can highlight and take notes, you can download it, you can print it, you can email it, or you can click right here instead of scrolling all the way to the bottom, and here's your source citation right here as well. So a lot of great options for you. So anyway, I hope that helps, and I think I've pretty much covered everything, and that's Opposing Viewpoints. Love, love, love this database. It's kind of a one-stop shop. You ought to be able to find everything that you need just in this database by itself. So anyway, hope that helps.